Alright, hey guys, this is Team with Venus. I'm back with another video for you today. Today I have a Pound Rufus bag. This is probably one of my favorite bags from Pound at the moment, maybe besides my Silver Tip series Crayola Octo Haul. But I will go in details as to why I like this bag. This particular bag is probably Pound's smallest bag size. I believe they are discontinuing the Carlton, and this will be their new bag that kind of fits that Carlton slot. The Carlton, I believe, in the custom program starts at $3.99, and then the price goes up depending on what you choose. The Rufus, I believe, starts at $2.99 in the custom program, and then it goes up from there depending on what options you choose. There are different colorways, obviously, and then Pound has this new thing where this particular strap on the strap itself, this particular material on top, is also a different color if you choose to have a different color there. This particular bag is a 1680D Cordura material, so the weave is a little bit bigger and it has a little bit more shine or sheen to it compared to most Pound bags. Most Pound bags, when you order from them, or a lot of their bags that are not ballistic material, are going to be 500D Cordura on top and 1000D Cordura on the bottom. The 1000D Cordura on the bottom is to help with durability and longevity for the bag because it's always sitting on the ground. And the top, if the 500D Cordura, is going to be a little bit softer and a little bit more malleable. This particular bag, the whole entire bag is 1680 bottom and top, so it's going to look a little different than most Pound bags that I've had on this video, on this channel. So starting from the bottom, we have the 1680 in the bottom. As you can see, it's a bit muddy. I did use it for 2 rounds prior to this video. However, I did sell my Octothorpe, so now I only have this bag for casual rounds and then my haul for tournament rounds. So I've been using this a lot more. I don't know how many rounds I've had it with it now since then, but let's call it 5+ rounds, maybe 10 rounds. Regardless, this particular bag, I've used it enough where I'm comfortable and confident enough to do a review on this bag because it's very similar to an Octothorpe and an Octo Haul. It's a very similar backpack style with the main compartment. So anyways, moving on from there, we have the bottom here. It's very similar to most backpack styles. I do like how this particular material is very durable and very thick weave compared to the 1000D or 500D. The main compartment itself has double zippers right here. It has 2 zipper, not double zippers, so 2 zipper pulls. And this particular flap right here is very malleable. It folds up, it can fold up just like this. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because a lot of Pound bags, at least every Pound bag I've used, besides the Carlton, this flap usually has a little bit of kind of like very thin padding that holds this particular flap a little bit more rigid. It makes it a little bit more rigid. In this particular bag, that is not the case. You can actually roll it. The other bags you couldn't roll like this. However, on the Rufus itself, it does have a Velcro piece right here. This Velcro piece is going to attach to the inside under part of the putter pocket Velcro, and that stays up just like that. And now you have access to the main compartment. It's obviously much more narrow than the Octothorpe, and I do have a video of the Octothorpe comparing to this bag on the video. On the channel. So this is the main compartment right here. Moving up from there, we have the mini pocket right here, and we have 2 pencil holders. This particular bag has pencil holders, whereas the Pound and the Octo Haul, their pencil holders are not on the outside of the bag, but it's actually on one of the side pockets itself. So it's a little different from the Rufus, and I believe the reason why Pound put these pencil holders on the outside is because these pockets are actually asymmetrical and they have dual purpose on one of the pockets, and I will show you that later. But I think that's why this is out here. I do like this feature. It doesn't make the bag look as clean compared to the Octothorpe or Octo Haul. So aesthetically, it slightly gives it a little odd shape, and it looks a little odd compared to the Thorpe or the Haul. That's just my opinion. So I do like that the pockets are on the outside. However, it doesn't look as clean as far as this part of the bag compared to the Thorpe or the Octo Haul. Moving on from there, we have the putter pocket at the top. This is very different from Pound's normal design. It has 1 zipper. It opens up like this, and then the top flap folds down like this, and then you can access your putters in and out like this. This particular model itself, the Rufus, does have a strap like so, and this strap right here actually adjusts the bottom of the pocket up and down like this. What this ultimately does is that it helps adjust the height of the putter and how much it sticks out of the pocket so you can have access to the putter. You can leave it flush by allowing the straps loose and the pocket will go all the way down, and it gives the putter a flush overall look and feel and function. If you were to grab the strap and pull it up, it pulls the pocket up and it causes the putter to stick out of it just a little bit so you can have access to the putter right above the pocket itself. The function itself is very similar to the quiver pocket on the Grip EQ bags. I don't know what Pound calls it here, but that's essentially almost a similar function. However, the fit and finish and the form factor, I believe, does have little nuances on the side here where the zipper kind of goes all the way into the side of the pocket itself, and it kind of keeps the zipper away. The zipper pulls away from the pocket so that when you're pulling the putters in and out, you're not touching the zipper pulls itself. So that's a neat feature right there. So that's the putter pocket at the top here. Moving on from the side, we have two side pockets, one right here and one right here. And I will tell you that in the front you can see this right here, this part where the zipper ends, it doesn't have a little pocket right here. So if I pull the zipper down, this is sewn in right here. If I pull on the other side down, you can kind of see that this pocket I can put my finger in on this side. The reason why there's a little flap here is because this pocket itself, on the back, the zipper goes all the way down as well. Whereas this pocket does not. The zipper only stops right here. The reason for that is because this flap, once it's zippered down, you can see it actually opens up like this, and you can see there's an insulated pocket on the inside of this long pocket. This will hold an Nalgene bottle, two of them. This pocket itself, it will bulge out just a little bit, but it will hold an Nalgene bottle here and an Nalgene bottle here. It might be a little snug though. This pocket right here, what you're going to do once it's full like this, and the reason for this right here, this flap, is for the zipper pull to go in there, and you're going to fold this pocket inward onto itself inside the pocket, and then you take this insulated pouch and you put it back in here just like so. Just like that. And now you see how clean this is. The zipper pull, the zipper itself is out of the way, and it just looks like this bag is made to be like this, but it actually is not. And then on top of that, there's an elasticated pocket right at the top right here, and then it just stays open like this if you want to. You don't have to do it like this. I actually do not like, oh, and there's also a flap back here to tuck the zipper back here too, so you won't see the zippers. So it looks very clean once it's all said and done. But like I said, this is not a setup where you have to run this flap all the way inside and tuck it away. You can leave it like this. It's easy access to the water bottle. I'll demonstrate that later. But you can actually leave this flap sitting up and then zipped halfway up. So that's one side of the bag. The other long pocket is not symmetrical. It's different. I showed you that earlier. This zipper goes only down right here. It also has a pleated pocket on the outside with the zipper. This does fit a Bushnell edge because it's really deep. You can see my hand here. See my hand? It's very deep. And I love this pleated pocket with the little stitching right here. That looks very, very good. The new custom program allows you to add an extra pocket right here with Velcro, so you can personalize it with patches. So just keep that in mind. And this pocket, as you can see, it does not fold down. However, when you open it up, it has an elasticated band right here. This elasticated band is to help hold your stool or your umbrella or a retriever. And then this particular band right here goes all the way down the bottom of the bag, touching the ground. Inside this pocket, there's also another elasticated band, and that is for you to feed the umbrella inside this bigger elasticated pocket, and that's to help hold the umbrella or the stool down. So there's two small elastic bands that look like this. One's up here and one's inside this pocket. This pocket also functions as a bladder holder, a water bladder holder. So you can actually put a water bladder in here, feed it through here and out to your your straps right here, your shoulder straps. So it actually is big enough to hold a 2-liter water bladder that I believe is sold on Pound's website. So this pocket has a lot of function, and its job is to hold a lot of things. So it can hold towels, extra socks, extra shirt. It can also fit a windbreaker as well and a hoodie. However, if you do that, you're kind of intruding into the water bladder space, and I don't believe it will intrude much with an umbrella if you had an umbrella in here, but it's there if you need to use that space for that reason. You'll just have to use this side for the water bottle then. But if you have the water bladder, then you won't need the insulated pouch for water. Then you can flip this flap up and just use it as a pocket itself. So those are the sides. As far as the back goes, this is a little bit more narrow compared to the Pound back plating, and it's a little bit less narrow, more narrow than the Octahall and the Carlton as well. So the overall form factor of this bag, the overall footprint, is a lot smaller in terms of width and height. So back here we just got your typical, if you choose gray as your back, then the straps will be gray matching as well. But like I said earlier, with the custom program, you can actually choose a different fabric color that's on top of this mesh that will match whatever part of your back you want, or you can just mix it up, mix and match if you want. But yeah, but the straps are normal. You have the sternum strap right here, you have the mesh back material, and you have the mesh underneath the shoulders, each side of the shoulder strap. And the hull handle is actually a very sturdy strap itself. So all very high quality material and craftsmanship. All right, that's pretty much the exterior of the Rufus. I'm gonna go ahead and stuff it with discs and show you what it looks like with everything packed inside of it. All right guys, I got the bag loaded up. I have some extra discs here. These came from the Octo. When I had the Octothorpe, I was able to carry more discs. So, but they were mostly just for like practice and like trying to beat in men or learning the discs. So I don't really need them in this bag, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like if I take one out of the bag. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. So right now it's stuffed. There's a bunch of towels on this side. There's also something in the side pocket right here as well. My chalk bag along with my doggy pickup poop bags, because I do go out with my dog a lot. So I put it in there so you guys can see the bulging out here of this side. And then on this side I put a scorecard keeper, like a little mini a mini clipboard, so you guys can kind of see what kind of space is on this side. I usually put my phone here because we do a lot of scoring on the PDGA live scoring now during the tournaments round, so I'll put my phone here more than actually using this, but I'm just putting it here so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. And then I put this is a 32-ounce bottle. You can see that it fits, but it bulges out a lot, and when it does that, it bulges into this main compartment right here, and you can't really keep anything in this pocket if you have your water bottles this tall up here. But I wanted to show you what it looks like compared to a small form factor bag like the Rufus. And obviously you can fit another one back here. I don't have one with me right now, but that's what it looks like with the bag, with the bottle in. And then if I open this side here, I just have it stuffed with a lot of towels. I don't carry umbrella. I usually prefer using a rain fly. I haven't been able to secure one for the Rufus, but I will try to in the future when Pound drops a rain fly. But this pocket I'll use for other things. I'll use for extra socks or extra towels that I don't want to get wet or dirty, because this pocket is dirty. On this side of the pocket is dirty towels. The clean ones are inside here. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. So I'll try to keep like clean stuff in here, or hand warmers and things like that inside this big pocket. Or I'll put my keys in my phone here so it drops at the bottom, and so I don't have to worry about it and fiddle with it. I also use this to put a quick stick or something to grab my disc out of the water. Just any kind that you choose. But I don't have an umbrella. I don't use an umbrella, and my stool I always keep it on my hand. I don't put it in here. So I don't know if that function is useful or not for people, but if I didn't carry so many towels and so many extra socks and things like that during a tournament round, then I will then I guess you can put a water bladder in here. But again, I prefer using the water bottle than the water bladder. But right now, this bag is set up for if I was in a tournament, because I have played a tournament with this bag before, and it's actually phenomenal because it's super light, even with all the stuff you have in here. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, all bulky up, or bulked up, or bulging, or whatever you want to call it. And then on the side here, you can see the pleated pocket is sticking out because I have so much stuff in there. And you can fit quite a number of things on the side here. Here's my chalk bag. And then here is my poop bag for the dogs. So it's a really good size pocket, honestly. I actually like this pocket and how it is. So that's this side of the bag here. And I already showed you this side of the bag. As far as here is the pencil holder. Again, it's useful if you keep score on a clipboard. And then the mini pocket holder, the mini itself, it's a good size mini. It's not small. It sits actually very flush compared to most mini pockets on the bags that I've used before, which is the Octo Halls and Octo Thorpes. And I don't believe the Carlton had a mini pocket holder. But it does sit flush. I mean, you can still get to it, but I don't know why they made it a little bit more flush than the other ones. But that's okay. I mean, it's still functional. And then in the main compartment, I have right now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. You can actually fit 14 in here. So I'll put another putter in here. I mean, sorry, another mid-range. And there's 14 right there. And you can see I can squeeze my hand through here and pull it out just fine. It's plenty of room. If you want to try and squeeze more in here, you can. There's 15. And now it's starting to get snug. See, but I can still pull it out. And then there's 16. So if you try to put 16 in here, there's just so much stuff on each side of these pockets that it's going to be snug to get a disc out of this thing. So I would say 14 to 15. And this right now is set up for 2 putters, 4 mid-range, 6 fairway drivers, and 3 distance drivers in this bag. So now that's 15. If I was to just do 14, it's very comfortable down here. And that's 14 including 2 putters, 4 mid-range, 5 fairway drivers, and 3 distance drivers. So you can see everything comes out and put back in really easily if you do 14 down here. In the putter pocket right here, I have 4 up here, and that's 4 putters, 2 putting putters, and 2 throwing putters, and one of them is a zone, this one right here, this yellow one. So yeah, it will fit 4 putters at the top very comfortably, and they come in and out just fine. Now, it can be tricky compared to the Octo Thorpe and the Octo Pound. Octo Hall. Those pockets are much more wider and it's easier to take in. Those can fit 5 or 6. 4 is snug. I will say when you first get the bag, it will be very snug to do 4 putters. You can try doing 3 first, and then once the pocket starts to loosen up, then you can fit 4, just like how I'm doing right here. But there's a little bit of a method to putting this thing back in. So when you're done with your putter, you have to flip between 2 putters and then squeeze it between the 2. So you kind of have to like rotate. Like if you take your front one to use, when you're done, you have to put it in the back, like in between. Otherwise, it's really hard to try and fit it down. Well, that was not too bad, but this is a zone. To fit it down without squeezing it between 2, especially the Pro D plastic, the standard plastic on the discs. So yeah, so that's pretty much what the bag looks like once it's filled up. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and weigh this so you guys can kind of see. This is with 20 discs. 6 of them are putters, and 4 of them are mid-range. I'm going to go ahead and weigh this right now and see how much this thing weighs. Okay, so that comes out to 12.3 pounds of weight on this bag. And right now, I don't have any water in here, but if you add the water, then maybe you'll add another pound or two. So overall, 20 discs, a bunch of towels in here, this bottle right here, and it's coming out to like under 13 pounds. So that's a pretty light configuration. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on so you can see what it looks like on, and then I'm going to show you lastly what I do with this pocket. That's probably not ideal with what most people do, but I'll put it on and then see what it looks like on me so you can kind of have an idea. Alright, go ahead and put the bag on here. It does have the sternum strap like I said earlier. So that's what it looks like on me. I'm a 5'1" female, so it's actually really good for short people, honestly. I love the form factor and how small it is. So being short, actually this bag is pretty useful for short people, in my opinion. But there you go. That's what it looks like with the asymmetrical. What I do with this, I actually just leave the pocket up like this with the water bottle in there, and I don't even bother folding it down. So I just leave it like that, and so you can kind of see that's asymmetrical, but there's a water bottle in there and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. And I could carry 2 water bottles in there, and I've done that for tournaments before. So that's what I do with my bag. You don't have to leave it asymmetrical. You can leave it up so it looks like the other side of the bag. So I'm just saying that's an option that you have for this bag. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my overall conclusions. All right, so my overall thoughts on this bag. First of all, I purchased this bag with the intention of it being a lighter bag. I wanted a bag where I can carry for casual rounds. I wanted a bag where I can take when I go out to do field work or just test some discs. I don't need the extra stuff to be put in the bag because I'm not going to a tournament. So I just need a bag where I can throw a bunch of discs in here that I want to try for field work, and then I just take it out in the course and not have to worry about tournament items, tournament related items. I also wanted a bag where I can just, if I'm doing field work and I just want to go play around after doing field work, then I could just pick up this bag and go. I actually ended up using it for a tournament and actually loved it. I loved having the lightweight bag for the round. I love that what it's done for me is that it's because the capacity of the discs are limited, it helps me cut down on the number of discs that I carry. And a lot of times I've carried a number of discs that I don't really need, and it just makes me learn the discs more and learn how to use a disc for multiple purposes versus carrying one for just one purpose only. So a lot of times I'll carry like a, for instance, 9-speed disc where I use it in one particular shot that is used for scrambling, and what I end up doing is that I'll just use my 11-speed and like either bump up on my speed or use an overstable 7-speed, an 11-speed and bump down my speed, and I'll get something similar to a 9-speed disc. That's just part of the game that not everybody wants to deal with, so I get that, but for me, that's what this bag has done for me. Overall, it's definitely met the expectation of being a lightweight bag. It also is very functional, even though it's a lightweight bag. It can be frustrating. I can see some people frustrated if they want to carry more than 20 discs. It fits 20 discs very comfortably. It's got that standard design of main compartment up here and putter compartment up here. So it does have that regular standard design for a backpack style. But it's very functional. I love obviously the quality. The craftsmanship on this is phenomenal. I love how much attention to detail they put into this putter pocket itself to make sure that the zipper's out of the way, that it's not getting caught on the disc. So let me try to show it to you right here. You can see how the zipper is tucked all the way at the bottom down here on both sides, so that you don't, when you put the disc in, the disc aren't touching the zipper ends of this, because it could cause a weak point and cause your zipper to go. So I think that's a really nice touch. And so I do want to make a note here that when you put 4 putters in here, this stitching right here can stretch. I can see the stitching stretch right here. So keep that in mind if you're going to do that for extended periods of time. It might cause stress on the bag in that particular area. So I don't know if four putters at the top would be ideal. I think 3 would be the most comfortable. So I wouldn't do that on your own bag if you could help it. But overall, I love the small form factor. I'm short, I'm like narrow, I'm not a wide shouldered person. So the narrow straps here are very comfortable for me. They're not sitting out here, they're sitting more center of gravity type, which I think is great. And then this ballistic material is amazing. I can't get enough of it. I think I want a pound of Octothorpe and Octohall and the ballistic nylon at some point, but that's a lot of money, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's other videos on this channel regarding the Octothorpe. I've owned a number of Octothorpes and Halls in the past, and I've done reviews on those. I've done a comparison with this bag and an Octothorpe, and then I just wanted to put this review out and let you guys know that this bag, I think this #1 selling point is the lightweight, and it can still hold 20 discs just fine. So if you know your bag very well, you know your discs very well, and you know what you want to carry, and you know what kind of course you're playing, and you know you only need 16 or 20 discs for that course, and maybe only 16, but you're just carrying extra 4 discs as backups, this bag is perfect for that because the pockets are big enough to hold your towels, to hold your water bottles, can even hold a bladder if you are a bladder kind of person. And so overall, I think it's just such a great bag, and I think it's a great bag for a lot of people who do a lot of casual rounds, who do leagues, and who don't really need all the extra space for extra stuff because they're not doing a full tournament round. And yeah, it's just perfect for anyone who carries 20 or less discs. It's very comfortable and it's very accommodating in terms of its function, with its capacity and with its ability to carry discs for you on the course. So that's my overall thoughts on the bag, and that's my overall experience. I love this bag. I loved how comfortable it is, and I love the fact that I can use it for a tournament round with very little frustration. I think I get to, the lightweight of it, I think, is the #1 selling point of this bag. That it's just, I don't have to worry about being fatigued when I'm on the course with it, which is what I love about it. Anyways, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, you guys have a great summer, and I will see you in the next video.